you for joining me today. I'm joined today by Police Director Steve Wilson, Fire Director Ken Douglas, our esteemed council people, Tess Frizzi, Council President, Crystal Feliciano, our Vice Chair, Jenna Kettenberg, and Jen Williams, and as well as Colonel Callahan from the State Police, Angela Wanafree, our illustrious County Prosecutor, and Andrew Bobbitt from the Mayor's Office. Also see there's other fire and prosecutor's office and other community stakeholders. Today the Trenton Police Department is announcing a collaborative summer initiative program operational for the past week and designed to improve public safety. We've delayed this announcement as we wanted to meet with nonprofits, community groups, and key businesses that have helped us reclaim public spaces in the past, hearing their ideas before announcing shared plans. What we are announcing today is a community-based response to violent crime. Some of them start with quality of life issues, such as an abundance of ATVs in the street, public disorderly conduct, including open containers of alcohol, and a lot of that those are attractive nuisances that lead to greater criminal conduct. Well, I'll let the police director go into further detail. There is no getting around the somber fact that there has been lethal violence in Trenton this year. Yet in Trenton, we have, as some noted, continued creating summer employment opportunities for youth in the capital city. We've maintained our pools as safe destinations for youth and created recreational opportunities for youth and adults alike. We are one of the few communities across the country where civilians work with law enforcement to keep the streets safe. Members of the Trenton Community Street Team that are civilian leaders committed to a safer future for all of us. And I thank members of the street teams for coming here as well. We're also working with New Jersey State Police at the Real-Time Crime Center to monitor hotspots, along with the county sheriff and the county prosecutor. Deterring violent crimes begins with ensuring there are opportunities for Trentonians, employment and recreational opportunities, reattracting the level of investments that are needed to ensure that our population continues to grow in a decades-long process, but one that we have initiated and accelerated. Yet we will continue to make the investments in youth, and we will deliver short-term and long-term benefits to the city. We're glad to announce that Cigar Sunday at Cooper's will be resuming, and First Fridays will as well. We're joined by organizers of both this morning. We're all working together. Next year, we'll be adding 31 new recruits to the Trenton Police Department's force, officers that are guardians of our public spaces, yet we must do all our part in looking out for our neighbors and friends. Yet, I'll turn it over to Police Director to share the critical steps that the department is taking and will continue to take during these summer months to reduce violent crime, including collaboration with our intergovernmental partners at the county, state, and federal levels, from public meetings with community leaders, to more trailers, to more market units, to a greater police presence. Make no mistake, we will own the streets. Our clearance rate for violent crimes is something that our police department, along with the county and the state, should be commended for. It is also something that those who are engaged in nefarious activities should know. We've made it clear you won't get away with it in the capital city. Yet make no mistake, our focus is on deterrence, and while our police department can expect to deter all crime on their own, they are using a community-centered approach to do so. And by this, we'll be concentrating on a lot of the quality of life issues that the public demands. I'll turn it over to...
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. What you see before you, to my left and to my right, and in this room, are all the folks that are concerned with public safety in the city of Trenton. How we address that in the police department is through a collaborative effort, not only with my law enforcement partners, Colonel Callahan, Angela Wanafree, Jack Kemmler's not here, but with our civilians and our other public safety members, Fire Director Ken Douglas. We attack our public safety from two different areas. One is the law enforcement end, and I can tell you about those statistics. But more importantly, we do it with our community outreach, partnered with the fire director for our Junior Public Safety Academy. Our summer expansion camp program is about to start. Just our community outreach with our community affairs unit in general. We engage our citizens more than we ever have before, and this helps us solve and prevent crimes. It's a community-based response, what the police department does, and based on these efforts, and I don't want to forget our street teams. Director Perry Shaw is over there, and our street team members are here. They're designed to stop crime before it happens, to intercede before it happens, and to help heal when crime does happen. And I would ask all of you to sit down with Perry Shaw at some point and let him know, and let him tell you what the street teams does. It's amazing what they do and what they've been doing for the city. So on the law enforcement end, we use technology more than we ever have before. And through that technology, we were successful in taking a considerable amount of those illegal dirt bikes off the street last night, one of which one person was armed. And over the weekend, we also seized 8 guns off the street with arrests, 2 of which were rifles. So these are all the things that when I say I mean the Trenton Police Department has been able to do with the additional manpower and help from our law enforcement community and our citizens community. I encourage everyone to go to community meetings. You will hear from me directly what we've been doing. I promise council that I'll get that message out better, and I intend to. But your city administration, your city legislation is not taking the violence in the city lightly. Anyone who would say that is wrong. This is a collaborative effort from all, and I would invite the prosecutor and the colonel to say a few words on just on our collaboration and our partnerships and what we've been doing, because oftentimes you don't hear about that because we have to protect the integrity of our investigations that are going on. And that's a given that should be understood by the community. I can't stand up at this podium and say, hey, we're doing this, 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 and give you all the details of that, because we have to protect our integrity of our law enforcement effort. So, Colonel, Angela, thank you.
For the invitation to be here. The fact that we're shoulder to shoulder is not just for a photo opportunity. It actually is how we work 7 days a week. The state police is honored to have women and men shoulder to shoulder as well at our real-time crime center not too far from here, and the efforts that are underway there day in and day out to make sure, and I see a few familiar faces, to make sure that that the citizens in this capital city are safe. The fact that we opened one here in Trenton, now we have one up in north, we have one in the south, but the one in our capital city was certainly important to us to make sure that people could be safe, quite frankly. So this collaborative effort, I think the other 49 colonels around the country have a chance to be with them, and time again they call and say, Pat, how are you dealing with opiates? Pat, how are you dealing with weapons? Pat, how are you dealing with violent recidivist offenders? And it's not because of me, it's because of those that are standing shoulder to shoulder here, that people turn to New Jersey to see how we're addressing violent crime. The days of, I remember being a young trooper and we would send in our tactical patrol units and there'd be marked troop cars on every turn. That doesn't work anymore, quite frankly, not with the intelligence that we have, and that we're stopping somebody with a broken taillight on their way to their second job who has a warrant for a seatbelt ticket, when 2 blocks away is somebody who's been involved in 3 shootings and shot once themselves. That's the difference. To go after those that are creating the most havoc on our street, and not to come in and punish a public that are just trying to make it from paycheck to paycheck. And that shift alone, just because you don't see troopers in marked troop cars doesn't mean they're not out there. They are, because I read each and every day the reports that our crime suppression in collaboration with the prosecutor's office, with the City of Trenton Police Department, our sheriff, that room is buzzing because those men and women care about the people of this capital city, and we're so honored to be a part of that collaboration. Thank you. Thanks, Prosecutor.
everyone. When the police director and Mayor Gusciora approached our office if we could help for this summer initiative, we signed on immediately. We have to do something. We either put the work in up front or we put it on the tail end when we're dealing with bodies and blood. And we made that decision to do it up front. Our initiative and our liaisons with the Trenton Police Department are here today, Lieutenant Brian Kiley and Sergeant Sharika Salmon. They are two of the best you will ever meet. I want to hit on something that's going to sound a little odd for the county prosecutor to say, but the mayor hit on it. We're never going to police our way out of this. Yes, more police will help, but the reality becomes we need to invest in the city and we need to invest in the future of the children. We need to give them opportunities. We need to give them jobs. We need to have them turn away from this street life so that they can have something productive where they're not going to worry about getting shot and killed. And because of the mayor and because of this council, they are bringing that back here to the city of Trenton. We are glad to be partners with this. We are happy to help support Director Douglas and Director Wilson with the Youth Public Safety Academy, which is going to be a model for all 50 states. The director and the mayor, their vision for this program is second to none. And together with Director Wilson, we are going to try to bring back something that hasn't been here in the city for 10 years, and that's the Trenton Police Athletic League. We need to have a safety town like the suburbs do, where we can teach the kids how to be safe, just when they're walking on the streets, which is something that I find disgusting, that you have to teach kids how to be safe when they're just walking on a street, how to be safe from gunfire, how to be safe from a lot of other things. But that's something that we're committed to, and we're going to make that happen. Plus, let's face it, we have to give the youth an opportunity when they're young to get into the science, technology, engineering, and math. We're going to try to create a Lego league. We're going to try to create a robotics league. That's what we're going to try to do to give the youth in the city of Trenton a fighting chance. And we are happy to join with the mayor, council, as well as Director Wilson and Director Douglas to make that happen. And again, just to the public, if you see something, say something. The police aren't around. They're running ragged. If you see something, call them so that the appropriate action can be taken. All too often, when Sergeant Salmon, Lieutenant Kiley go to crime scenes, what they hear is, yeah, we saw it, but we'll take care of it ourselves. And that just leads to more and more violence. Let the police do their jobs, and let's start bringing peace back to the city of Trenton. Let this, as the mayor said when he first got inaugurated, let's try to have another revolution here in the city of Trenton, and let's make that revolution to end this violence. Thanks, everyone.
Right. Thank you, Angelo. And Sheriff Jack Kemmler is also a partner with us. He just couldn't make it today. We had a meeting on Friday, and one of the resolves, and I don't want to make light of it, about First Friday and also the Scar Sunday. These are things that Trentonians enjoy to show up, and we want to have recreation and people not be afraid to go out in the streets. So it was really important that we put our muscle behind these events and make sure that they're safe and that people can continue to enjoy these events. And it's also unprecedented that we're spending in education. Our school budget is over $400 million, and we're investing in the lives of future Trentonians. So that's also an important component. And the partnership between council and the mayor's office is also unprecedented. People who were in this town for the last 4 years saw that was a different story. So I'd like to bring up our council president, Teska Frisbee.
Mayor, and we want to just thank everybody for being out here again on today. I'm excited to have our colleagues here, and those of our colleagues who, if they could be here, they would be. We have a united council. And I'm very proud to say that we work in tandem with one another and we are concerned. So where one can be, we all try to be, just to support one another. And so it's exciting to be working with our mayor now, working with our county, working with our state, working with the federal level. Appreciate our Director Wilson. Always appreciate having Director Pat Callahan in our presence and our county prosecutor, Andrea Onofre. Working well, seeing the departments work together, our police and our fire, Kenneth Douglas, that's important. Knowing that we're all working one with the other. Everybody's not just working their department. That's how we get our city open for business and working together. Our community is important to us. Our children are important to us. And if we don't show up and show them that we're doing things like having a street team here and knowing that they're not just out running rampant, they're not out just doing their own thing. They're out working together with the departments to make sure that what they're doing is productive, making sure that what they're doing is going to help and strengthen our community, helping to show role models, what to be and what not to be, that you can be whatever you want. We've got to set a bar. And we have so much greatness and so much talent in our community, especially when it comes to our youth. But if we keep on lowering the bar and just telling them, oh, go play on the basketball court. Oh, just go ahead and take these crayons and somewhere. No. You want to be the next police director? You want to be the next fire director? You want to be the next state superintendent? Do you want to be the next prosecutor? Well, let them know. Give them the tools. And that's what we want to do. We want to give them the tools, but that means we have to help them with quality of life issues. We have to make sure that our community is safe. We're the capital city. Not Robbinsville, not Lawrence, and all the rest of them, and I appreciate that. Trenton is the capital city. And we have to show them that Trenton has all the qualities that can show for greatness, but we have to be equipped. That means we got to get our police department stronger. Yes, we need to get the numbers up. We are short on our police department, and we're working with the CA. We're working with the state to get that stronger. We've got to make sure that we have all the tools. All the departments have the tools, be it inspectors, whatever it is that we need. But safety is #1 priority. We have to have not only our children, but our seniors as well. They have to know that they can walk the streets and know that they can walk safely. They can sit on their porch. They can lay down in their bedrooms and not have to worry. They can go to church. They can worship. They can go to the supermarket. They can go visit someone at 7, 8 o'clock at night and not have to worry about a stray bullet. But we have to do something. So I'm excited about this collaboration that we have here with all of the different departments and the state and the federal and the county level. It is going to take just that, every one of us working together in tandem in order for us to work and for us to get to the next step and get safety. And so that we're not worried about it. We don't have to keep on worrying about, do we have to show our children how to do a gun issue, whether or not you have to go hide in the closet. Turn off your phones. Turn the lights down. No, let's go outside. Let me teach you how to play kickball. Those are the things we should, let me teach you how to play hopscotch. Whatever a little 5-year-old should be doing. Let's be able to have that as a priority as opposed to, let's do community safety first. We have to worry about whether if someone comes in here with a gun. Let's get the guns off the streets. Let's get our community safer, and let's continue to work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Council President. Any questions?
What is this going to look like for residents of Trenton? This increased enforcement, and how is this going to roll out?
We're going to see the street teams more actively taking a role in this summer to go out, to talk to the neighbors. But we want to have that engagement with the community to make sure that they're comfortable approaching a police officer, comfortable giving a call, just comfortable talking with the street team, because we're all in this together. We can't surrender the streets. We have to be a united front that we want safe streets, safe playgrounds, and safe community events.
That's a good soundbite, but look, what is it going to look like on the streets? What is the interaction with the community? Because you have a lot of people who don't trust the police for a long, long time now. How are the police going to bridge that gap?
The conduit is with the street team. It's important that the public safety reflect the neighborhoods that we serve. And they're not only going to be reaching out to the community, but police directly will also be reaching out to the community. That's why we met with various stakeholders and community groups to start that communication between the police and the community.
And I heard Angela speak about the police athletic league coming back. Obviously, that's a big thing to try and get young people to be comfortable around police, and know that cops are there for them too. When is that going to happen? What is the timeframe on that? Do you have any ideas of how that's going to play out?
Sure. We're hoping to start some of the school-based programs, with Lego League, robotics, with the next school year, and we're hoping to have the Safety Town bill by next year.
And we also have the Public Safety Academy.
Yeah.
How many students do we have? 41. 41, and they're taking trips, and they're going out, and they're, literally, people are getting more comfortable being around police and fire as well.
And that collaboration between police and fire, is that going to help you guys to build that interaction with the community?
Absolutely, and that's why they're here. And whether it's giving out smoke detectors or knocking on doors, doing fire safety checks, that's all part of it.
Right, so when you talk about traffic enforcement, if you go to the community meetings, and I hear it at all of them that I go to, is the speeding in and around the city. So we are going to be conducting more radar operations in the city. That's what that's going to look like. You're going to see more radar operations being conducted. So we're not targeting any particular folks in the city, but all over the city, people are speeding. Like, our speed limit is not 25 miles per hour on the residential roads. And that's why you see an increased amount of speed humps going in the city to combat that. Well, we have to do our part too. So we'll be conducting more radar operations. Also, the Colonel reminds me of how the state police pitched in our community outreach effort with Pastor Lou. Once a month, we have an event in our auxiliary parking lot, and the state police participation is they bring truckloads of used good products and new products for our citizens who aren't doing so well, and they give them away for free as part of our efforts. And these are one of the things I should probably tell you about that I neglect to do, because we just do our work. And I'll push that message out better. But there's a lot of things that we do that as law enforcement agency that we just do because we should be doing them. And I'll let you know when those things come out, we'll put something out. But this is, again, like everyone up here said, this is a collaborative effort for the city of Trent, for public safety. And one person I didn't brag about enough around here is my partner over there, Ken Douglas, the fire director. A lot of these things that we do collaboratively, born of his mind, and I jump right on with him. And because of the Junior Public Safety Academy that he brought here, we were able to increase our capacity to help the kids. And we double that with our summer camp, our summer expansion program. And now we have so many kids in there. There's 45 just in the Junior Public Safety Academy, and then for 4 weeks in a row, there's 35 kids that go to summer camp. And we join that with that collaboration. We have that many more kids able to do things that they never would have done before. And the summer camp are the younger kids, and hopefully they pick this up in their heads, and their parents pick this up, that when they go from the summer camp kids, they'll be going to the Junior Public Safety Academy kids. And it's for professionalism for our youth. But make no mistake, Ken and I are trying to recruit as well too, the fire department, the police department as well. Yeah, so it's a hard job, but you know what, we stand here shoulder to shoulder, like the Colonel said, ready to do just that. And I also can't push out more the street teams under Director Perry Shaw. There's another street team that also works here in the city, and they're doing amazing work. And I would suggest media sit down with the street teams and let them tell you what they're all about, because they're putting the work in on their end, and they can best describe what they're doing. And I was told by somebody that that the best advocate for you is yourself. Talk to Perry Shaw about street teams. I'd like to thank you all for coming. Mayor, have some closing words, or anyone?
We're here to keep it safe. We're not here to harass anybody, but we want to work with the community, work with law enforcement, work with fire, work with the other departments to make sure we get the job done. Thank you very much.